Hey everyone, I bet you all thought that I forgot about this ranking series. Well, I did get temporarily distracted away from it, but I'm back and determined to finish this for all the groups. Since I already did Chica and Yo, we're starting off fresh with my second best Aqua girl. Riko got a lot of nice costumes in All Stars, but unsurprisingly she also got a lot of pink costumes, especially in the beginning. It was nice to see that they branched out with colors and styles for her as the game went on. But of course, Riko looks beautiful in literally everything, so I found that ranking all of her outfits was pretty hard. Let's get into it. Shrine Maiden of the Fall Foliage. Really, the only reason this costume is at the bottom of my list is because of the puppy ears and tail. They're cute, but I don't feel like they fit the overall aesthetic of the costume. It leaves me with the feeling that they mashed two separate costumes together. Royal Angel Pink Recolor. This costume is pretty, but Riko also had a lot of pink costumes early on in the game, so I don't really feel like this one stands out. However, I do think it's notable for being one of the better initial UR pink recolors. Princess of the Night Sky. I put this costume so far down mainly because I don't like what they did with Riko's hair. I get what they were going for with the double ponytail, but it just doesn't work for me. Also, I think this costume would have looked better in a different color, so the pink and mauve aren't helping. For Symphony. This was Riko's party UR and the costume is just okay to me. It gets a lot of flack in the fandom because the hairstyle is really close to Riko's A Lovely Nurse outfit, and also the costume itself is really close to Riko's Flower Symphony outfit. I have to admit that when it was released, it did feel like something I'd seen before, and that unfortunately sticks with me to this day. Resplendent New Year. I don't mind this costume for Riko, but it's never been one that I actively loved for her. I like that it uses red, yellow, and blue because those were colors that we didn't see a lot for Riko at the time. But I also feel like there's a lot going on here and it could have been streamlined a little bit more in some places. I do like her black fingerless gloves though, they're a nice touch. Royal Angel. This is Riko's initial UR. While it's a nice costume for her, I've often wished that they had waited to give Riko an angel costume until later in the game. This costume now looks a little basic when I compare it to other angel cards in the game, and I think that it could have been animated a lot better. I also think that the detailing on the outfit could be a lot better too. A Lovely Nurse. This was Riko's Fest 2 card. I personally love pigtails, so I don't mind that style for this costume at all. However, this costume as a whole is a little frilly for me, although I do like that it's another wing costume for her. I will say that I find the cuffs around her wrists that aren't attached to any sleeves to be a little odd too. Blossom Prelude. This was Riko's Spotlight UR. It's a simple outfit, but I always like the polka dots across the upper part of her costume. Her hairpiece is nice as well, and the ribbons hanging down from the bow in the back have music notes on them, which I think is a really nice touch. Sadly, this was one of the Spotlight URs that did not get a recolor, which is a shame because I think it would have looked really pretty in a different color too. Jackpot Dreamer. I thought this outfit was a cute look for Riko. I like how they braided her hair on the side. But that said, this costume feels a little chaotic around her midsection. It's also worth noting that this is Riko's second rabbit UR, and I'm not really sure that she needed two bunny costumes. A Lovely Nurse Blue Recolor. I chose to put this recolor higher than the original because I love the blue ombre effect in her hair. I find it stands out more than the pink of the original and it looks so pretty. Also, I like the dark blue of her recolor. Overall, the blue effect pops a lot more than the original light pink does. Harvest Moon Rabbit. Riko looks great in purple, so this costume was always one that I liked. The purple with the gold trim makes her look pretty glamorous. Out of Riko's two bunny costumes, this one is definitely my favorite. Ponytail Riko is always a hit with me, and I really think they don't do ponytails for her enough. Forest Symphony Yellow Recolor. The only reason I've placed this costume so far up on my list is because I like that they gave Riko a true yellow recolor for it. None of Riko's other costumes use yellow this much, so this was a really nice departure for her. I think she looks adorable in yellow. Noble Princess. I like this costume for Riko, but I think I'd like it more if her hair was down. But having said that, this is the one costume we get where Riko's hair is up in a bun, so that is a really nice touch that makes this costume stand out from some of her other ones. I also think that the white and pink combo is really pretty. Flower Symphony. I've always liked this outfit for Riko, mostly because they put her hair in a braid, which you don't see very often for her. The whole flower motif is also quite pretty, and I like her bow tie and gray sash, which helped to cut through some of the pink. Cherry Blossom Girl of the Night. I really like this whole set. The way they melted together the dark blue and the light pink is really refreshing to me. The pattern on the skirt is pretty, and I also like Riko's hair here. It's a more mature look for her, which I can appreciate. Melody of the Rose. This was Riko's Fest 1 and it was a really great start for her. I like how there's some subtle purple coloring around the bottom of her dress so that it's not all pink. Her curled hair is gorgeous here. One of the best Fest 1 costumes we got out of the game in my opinion. Halloween dress up. This was the one Riko card I was missing when the game ended, which really sucked because I like it so much. I find the deep purple and pink work really well for her. It's an edgy costume that doesn't cross any lines for me, which is the best kind. A fairy concert yellow recolor. This should actually be called a green recolor, but whatever, staff. I think this is a really refreshing look for Riko. Green wasn't used very often in All-Stars, so that makes this costume stand out even more to me, especially since they used teal for the ribbon around her waist and chest. This was easily one of the best recolors in All-Stars. Melody of the Rose blue recolor. I love this recolor for Riko. It was my favorite outfit for her for a very long time. The dark blue looks beautiful on her and really highlights the blue roses on her side and in her hair. This costume looks even better in motion than it does standing still. A fairy concert. This is by far my most favorite Riko costume, and it's one of my favorite costumes in the game overall. I remember talking to a friend before Riko's Fest 3 card launched, and saying that I wanted a dreamy white outfit for her. So it's like staff heard me say that and came up with this. I love her hair, the butterfly motif, everything about this costume is literally perfect to me. Overall, I think Riko's costume selection was pretty good. If I think about what costumes I would have liked for her to have but which she didn't receive, I will say I wish she could have had a Christmas UR to match Chica and Yo and make a full Aqua Second Year's Christmas set. But aside from that, Riko's costumes were fairly well rounded, especially once they broke out of just using the pink for her. That's it for my ranking of Riko's URs. Let me know what your favorites were in the comments below. Thanks for watching!